Good day, everybody. I hope you're having a wonderful Thursday. Mafu, hello. How are you? Why did you lose? I don't understand. Why did you say I lost? Let me know in chat. Just kind of curious. Today is always a little crazy on Thursdays. Oh, because I beat you. Well, I'm the streamer. Of course, I'm gonna be first. Most of the time. Some of the time. Not always. Maybe. But yes, I beat you today. What? Oh, the surprise? Sometimes I beat you. Yes, that is true. That is true, you do. I have to admit, sometimes I'm slow. Okay, let's go ahead and take care of some introductions really quick. Hello, everybody. My name is Shawn. I'm a photographer. I'm based in Germany. Wherever you're watching this, you are going to see a Linktree link within the description right there. And it's going to take you every place I am on the interwebs. And if you would like to share your work with me, you can hit join my Discord and I'll show it off on my live streams. If you are on Behance, I do have a subscription area, and also you can buy me a cup of Joe and get a cool wallpaper. If you're watching this on Twitch and YouTube, do all those great things that you're supposed to do, like subscribe, follow, hit those thumbs ups, well, whatever. Mafu says, I am good though. My dad let me pick a movie last night for the first time. How are you? I'm doing well. What movie did you choose? I'm curious. I am curious. 1 second. It's probably a movie I have not heard of. That's my guess. But I'm a little behind in the times when it comes to movies. Oh, I chose Sonic the Hedgehog 3. I didn't even know there was a Sonic the Hedgehog 2. I knew they came out with the movie Sonic the Hedgehog. I know that. But I was not aware they made 2 and also 3. So, you have to watch it. I haven't even seen the first one, Mafu. I would be so far behind that I just can't skip to 3. So I would have to watch the first one, and then the second one, and then maybe the third one. I have to be invested. Let me try something really quick. I actually have only played Sonic, the original Sonic the Hedgehog, briefly. Okay. This is really weird, and I don't know why this is happening. Let me show you. Maybe you know, Mafu. Let's go here. This is showing me offline. Like it's not showing my stream. I'm playing a Sonic game this year. And I don't want to refresh. I mean, it's okay. I've got Restream over there. I've got OBS over here. I've got... Yeah. If you have enough points, Mafu, can you redeem something like a Big Boom or a Schnikes? Okay, everything's working. Thank you for that, Mafu. On it, sir. Refreshing shouldn't hurt. It shouldn't hurt. But thank you, Mafu. Yeah, I'm not going to. I mean, everything is coming up proper. It's just the stream preview, which is weird. Strange. Strange things are afoot on Twitch. Okay, let's jump over to my Discord. And we don't want to see that. So, if you're new to my Discord, we've got a few channels for you. We've got the regular stream chat. We've got community artwork if you want to share your artwork. We have project feedbacks if you want to share a project like a Behance project. And then we have your shop links. So let's jump over. We have Mafu here. Speaking of Sonic the Hedgehog, I am always scared when it comes to drawing animated non-human characters, as drawing their anatomy feels weird to my fingers. I tried my best to draw Shadow as accurately as possible, and I hope it's a good start for me. I'm guessing Sonic is or Shadow is the bad guy. He's the evil twin of Sonic, I guess. I actually don't know. I like the hatching for the shadows. It's a good sketch. You didn't finish the hands, but then again, I don't know what Shadow's hands looks like. I like the goatee. He's more of a neutral type of player. How can you be neutral? You're either a bad guy or a good guy. You're either helping the hero or you're against them. Yeah. Goatee. All right. Thank you for sharing, Mafu. I dig it. Good job. So today, the plan of attack is to actually get some editing done on some of these photos. Last stream, we did a little bit of editing. We went through, created some panoramics, HDRs, did some culling, not true culling, but selections, I should say. And for what we want. So let's jump up here into our attributes and let's hit 3 stars. We don't want yellow, so let's turn yellow off. And so here are the images that I've chosen that I would like to possibly work on, play with today, see what we can get through. So I say we start from the beginning. What do you say? What do you say? Okay. And for those of you new to the stream, these are a series of photos from my most recent trip. I got back Saturday from Slovenia. Okay. Let's jump in, hit D for develop. And right off the bat, let's jump into transform. Let's just make sure some things are straight. Do this. Ooh, Mafu wrote a book. Hold on. So Shadow was an experiment by G-Man's grandfather, Gerald Robotnik. He lost his best friend, and Gerald's grandson Maria, and caused him to get twisted between what's right or wrong, but Sonic eventually taught him to be good. That's the briefest I can explain it. I'm down with that. Gotcha. Okay. Let's go with this building here. Kevin, hello. Good to see you, Kevin. Hope you're having a great day. Okay, I like what we've got going on here. Now the crop, this is gonna be weird. Like this whole section, this white wall, not a fan. But I like having these leaves down here. So I just woke up, so we'll see. Well then, good morning. Good morning, Kevin. Let's go ahead, unlock this for now. Did I get you back into the Sonic franchise? The next time we get to talk, I want to show lots of stuff. Love Sonic. Mafu, I have not gamed in years. Years and years and years. So, I mean, I'm pretty much, I've got a Xbox 360. That's about it. That's it for my gaming. Say that again. It's been forever since I streamed. Or since I streamed. It's been forever since I've gamed. Quite. I would almost say it's been since the pandemic. I kind of like that crop. There's a Sonic game called Sonic Free Riders. Oh, I love that game. Yeah. I can't game. I don't have a PC. So I got a Mac. So it's not optimized for games really at all. It's a Kinect game, so you might want to get ready to move. What am I doing? Okay. I dig Kinects. You play it on a console. All right. I think a lot of this we can just do global edits. I don't want to lose that sky. Okay, we're gonna have to do it. Let's make a mask. Let's jump in. Let's grab a sky mask. There we go. Let's open up. Let's name our masks. Let's go sky. And let's do a duplicate and invert. There we go. That way, we can bring up the exposure. Caroline, hello. Good to see you. And not affect the sky. How are you, Caroline? I like what we've got going on. Let's get back into our global edits. Let's go ahead. We're going to bring in some vibrance. Just a little bit. Let's go to our color mixer and hit our luminance. Let's grab our staple. Grab that right there. I want that building to pop a little bit more. There we go. Now that's popping. I'm digging that. Let's do the same thing here. I like that. I'm doing well, Caroline. Thank you for asking. Mondays are always a little crazy. Just crazy. I wonder if we should turn the lights on. I wonder if that would look, how that would look. I mean, it's right in the middle of the day. They would be off. All right, I'm kind of looking for any type of big distractions. We've got one up here that's kind of bothering me. So let's jump into the erase tool. Let's turn off generative AI and see how we do. Mafu is hyped. Johnny San's familiar with Sonic, and I really hope I can teach him everything I know about Sonic. Mafu. There are things in which you or other people may be excited to teach me about, but I do not have the brain capacity to actually learn or maintain some of this stuff. Like, I am not saying no. I'm just letting you know, kind of question my ability to retain any of it. We can talk about it. I have no problem talking about it. That did a horrible job. Oh, my grandson loves Sonic, Mafu, but he's only 5, so can't play it very well. Do you want me to stop? No, you don't have to stop, Mafu. Not at all. Let's go ahead. Back in. That did a really bad job. Like I said, we can talk about anything. And you should know this, Mafu, you're a streamer. It's difficult to retain a lot of information when you're streaming. Like, there's times people are telling me stuff, and then I've got to come back and like recontact them and say, hey, what was this you said? What is happening here? Oh, it is gone. Okay. Weird. It was like ghosting me. He likes Mario 2. And it's best I share when I'm live. Yeah. Still has a funky stuff is happening up there. Like, you can see like a white outline. Okay, this is new. This is new. So, we need to talk about this. Lightroom Classic doesn't work with layers. We don't have layers like Photoshop, okay? But we kind of do. So, I was working... Okay, let me make sure I make this point clear. Lightroom Classic doesn't have layers that you can select. It has masks. So you can make a series of different masks. Now, what occurred is if I jump into my mask, you can see right here, I've got my sky mask. right? Well, this is one of the reasons I always say remove distractions first. Because I jumped in, I started editing, and I edited the sky, made a mask, and once I saw that I didn't like the antenna that we had sticking out up there, and I wanted to remove it. When I removed it, it creates somewhat like a layer, a generative layer, but it's still affected by the mask. So what occurs is this reload button lights up and it tells you, hey, you need to update your mask. Like now we've got this generative layer that you created, but then you also have a mask. So the two are separate. So you have to make sure to keep an eye on that. That way when you update it, it will actually update with that generative layer, if you will, and also with the mask that I created for the sky. So keep an eye on that. Keep an eye on that. These greens down here are bothering me quite a bit. So we are going to jump back into our color mixer. And let's go to, I changed that, yep. Go into our saturation and grab this color. Let's just bring down the saturation. I think that's too much. I feel like they're pulling the eye too much. Okay. I don't think I want to remove anybody. I may remove that water closet. That's not too bothersome. Let's add a vignette. Let's bring back any of the highlights. Jump into our details. Sharpen too much right there. Grab our mask. All right. Yeah, this was the three bridges in Ljubljana. And no, this isn't Venice. This is in Slovenia. The architect that made the majority of the bridges studied and worked in Prague and also Venice. And so when he came home as the architect and started building some of these bridges throughout the city, they were very much influenced by his experience in Venice and also Prague. Two cities I love. Top of my list is Prague and Venice. So you see a lot of influence throughout the city. Okay, I was just catching up on chat. So you'll see, some really nice influence happening. Let's get back in here. I need to draw the eye. Let's get into new mask. Let's do radial gradient. Make a big radial gradient. Yeah, it's kind of one of those things that you want to... You kind of want to learn about. There we go. That's making it pop. Can even warm that up a little bit. Feels quite cold. Just warm that up. Yeah, I like that. All right. We are good to go there. So let's move on. This one, we'll see what we can get. I'm not overly excited about it, but let's see. Okay. Yeah, it does. It still says I'm offline. That's fine. That's fine. Let's get into transform really quick. Let's make sure, not crop. It's a transform. Make sure we've got some straight lines happening here. Go with a column. And I think this bridge might supposed to be straight. We'll see. Maybe. It might be bowed. Well, so it's only happening, Mafu, on my stream manager. I did open up Twitch just to make sure that I was live, and it says I'm live. Just strange things. Up here, you can see here's the train tracks. That takes you up to the palace, or to the castle, I should say. So I kind of want to keep that. I like the bridge. We can turn this a little bit into a panoramic, maybe. I shot this quite dark. Let's go ahead. Let's do another sky mask. Duplicate an inverse. Let's bring up that exposure a little bit. We're going to need to add some saturation back into it. And I'm watching my greens. Mafu says, I agree too, by the way. It should not be happening unless the Twitch streaming servers overloaded. I spot a cute little boat. Do you? Make that texture pop. A bit of clarity. No dehaze. Bruce, good day, Shawn, Mafu. Happy Thursday. Hope you're both doing well. Hope you're doing well soon. Or hope you're doing well soon. Hope you're doing well too. Good to see you, Bruce. Okay, let's add a bit of contrast. We're gonna bring our blacks down just to the point of clipping. Galaxy, what's up? Good to see you. How are you? No, Mafu, Bruce isn't sick. I misspoke. I misspoke. Okay, bring down our highlights a little bit. Get back into our inverted. Let's warm this up. Just a tad. I'm liking that. Yeah, soon, Bruce. And Mafu, yeah, this little our boaters. We also have what looks like a houseboat, maybe? No, excuse me. This is a tour boat that goes around the city. You can see the numbers on it. And okay, back into global editing. Got a slight, the trees feel muddy to me. No, Mafu. Okay. You said tour boats. Yes, I did. Now, this is Lake Bled, and this is an island in the middle, not in the middle, but in the lake. It's an island in the lake with a church on it. Let's go ahead and get back into our attributes. Let's hit none. And the boats that we did are these. These are long wood flat bottom boats. And they are rowed. You can see the oars by the captain who stands on this platform where the hat is. Is that Big Castle the church? No. Okay, Mafu. Okay, here is the castle. That's on a rock. That's actually on land. I have a shot where you can see both. No, we were always in between, so you couldn't really see both at any given time. So this is a church, and it's, as you can see here, the boats all dock here. Then you have 99 steps to get up to the church. And legend has it that if you ring the church bell 3 times, your wish comes true. So people that are visiting the church, everybody rings the bell if you have a wish to make. Mrs. Shawn and myself, we were like, do you have anything to wish for? And we were both like, not that I can think of at the moment. So we didn't ring the bell. Yeah. So hopefully that makes sense. Let's see. And well, here's just so we can talk about these things. So here is the bell rope, string, ringer, the contraption that makes you pull down and it rings. I don't know if there's a technical term for the bell ringing rope. If anybody knows in chat, let me know. But yeah. Thank you, Mafu. Okay, this is one of the reasons these photos that I took from the boat while we were going out. Normally, you would never ever want to create a photo like this. And I intentionally was taking that photo because I was sitting right next to the captain, like on the edge right there. So it was a way to show that the boat was being rowed, but I was too close to actually see it or get, take a photo that way. I see these types of bells in storybooks as a baby. I used to think they were used to announce when it's morning time, like a rooster. Oh, Caroline, you were not here on Tuesday, were you? So for those of you that do not know, Slovenia is south of Austria, and the Alps are running through Slovenia and Austria. So we spent a great deal of time in the mountains, and in fact, on top of mountains. So I don't know how much I'm going to be able to get out of photos like this in the morning. We don't want hiking stories, Mafu. All the hiking stories in the mountains is me going yeah. It's steep. Not one place did we go that wasn't just steep. Oh, Caroline, no worries. No worries. I'm happy to reshare our experiences. It was a funny story. Yeah. Yeah, it wasn't funny when it was happening. Let's get back in to our 3 stars. Okay. Where am I? Mafu, you just like to hear me in pain. Reminds me of Montenegro. We went to Kodor. Montenegro. I have not been. I have not. I want to start. Where are you? Bruce, what do you mean, where are you? You're in Germany, right? Yeah. Little Shawn didn't make an appearance. Mafu, I don't know what that means. Now. City of the Falcons. Oh, yeah, we're probably not going to go there. Hold on, let me find something really quick. Hi, Jackie. Thank you for that. Let me bring this up. There's certain concerns, and let's come back into here. Okay. So Montenegro is down here between Albania, Bosnia, Slovenia, which right here, I need to mark that blue. Bruce says, good morning, Jackie. There's certain areas that we are very concerned of visiting due to certain circumstances. Stian, hello. Good job yesterday, Stian, winning the game show first time. There's things. Well, see, I love Croatia. I've been to Croatia a handful of times. I love Croatia. Bosnia, there's too much warring occurring. There's too much. And I know these places are beautiful. I mean, like Estonia. I would love to go to Estonia. I would love. There's no way we're going to go any place close to Russia. No place, no chance we're going to get any place close. So we have to be very careful. Like, technically, we couldn't go to Turkey anymore. We went to Turkey and it pretty much shut down for us like the next week. It's just, there's certain safety precautions in our traveling of exactly where we go that we have to be very aware of. I hope that makes sense. And there's places I want to go to. I think would be beautiful, would be great to go to. Let it be the culture, everything. But we have to be wise. I'll put it that way. There's too much stuff that happens to Americans. Yet you went to Norway knowing I live there. No. If I knew that, Stian, there's no freaking way. I didn't know you then. Yep. I guess you went before you were blessed with the knowledge of my existence. That is true. Yeah. So I don't see that being a reality in my future, Caroline. I hope that makes sense. And I'm not saying it to disagree with anybody, because I'm not. Just got to be careful. Go to Holland. I just was, Jackie. Wait, I just was. And technically, there's no place called Holland. You have South Holland and North Holland, which are like states within the Netherlands. And there's an island, something Holland, that the Netherlands own. But Gayhorn, where are you? It's alphabetical. No, you're under the Netherlands right here. Let's go ahead, hit G. Let's scroll down. This was absolutely one of the best quick trips we'd ever done. And here's your tour boats, Mafu. Just absolutely beautiful, picturesque village with no cars, like one pathway, and the only way to get around is by boat or by feet. And it's on a beautiful lake. Got baby swans. So yeah, we just did that. That was that July 4th? No, June. We did it for we did it for our anniversary. That's right. Funny you mentioned Estonia. My friend went to Tallinn a few weeks ago. I would love to go. I would love to go. It's just people there. I can't. There's certain stories I just can't tell you. I can't say. I have my reasons. That's all I can say. Yeah, this was considered. It's considered like the most beautiful village in the Netherlands, and it's amazing. All canals. There's 179 bridges. Yeah. We won't tell anyone. No, I don't want to make, I mean, it's a big deal. It's just, I don't want to freak anybody out. That's it. It's not political. It's more, I mean, it is political, but it's more having to do with work. Not my work. Work. So we're gonna, okay, let's get back to Slovenia. Not metadata. Attributes, there we go. Let's see. I want to see if I can get anything out of this image. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to, but let's go ahead and hit D. First off, let's get some cropping going. And I want the clouds. Let's make sure that the church steeple is straight. And I'm just kind of eyeballing it. Let's make sure, yep, horizon looks good. Waterline is good. I like having this little bit of greenery over here. We can bring, yep, that's good, that's good. Let's bring in that cloud right there. Okay, let's close that down. What did I shoot this with? F16. Why does it feel extremely soft? This is feeling soft to me. Yeah, it's just got to be the atmosphere. Okay, let's keep going. There are no motor boats allowed on this lake at all. It is so pristine. It is gorgeous. The Slovenia national or Olympic team, whatever you want to call them, for rowing, all train on this lake. Like the close-up of the church I saw. Well, I'll get to that. I'll get to that. Give me a moment. Patience, young Stian. All right. Let's break this up. Let's bring... It did not do a bad job. Too much saturation. Let's take that down. Let's bring down our whites. There we go. Not a bad job. Let's go ahead. Let's do a sky mask. Let's duplicate and invert that. And I may break this up. I wonder what it would give me for the foreground. Okay. Let's call this, it was sky replacement. That's okay. Well, let's see. Select landscape. Okay, just detecting landscape. I totally forget about this. It's got this. So we've got our skies, our mountains. Oh my God, this is exactly what I want. Our vegetation and our water. Look at this. Just hit landscape, Shawn. You big dummy. You big dummy. Okay, let's clear all these. Delete all masks. Let's start over. Let's go in, do this again. We want our sky, our mountains, our vegetation, and our water. We are going to create 4 separate masks, create those. And the cool thing is, as you can see up here, they name them. Wonderful. So first off, with the water, we've got a little bit is added on our vegetation down here. We can get rid of that pretty darn easy. So let's go in, select our water. We're going to do a subtract. Let's do a brush. Let's zoom in here. And I think it's thinking that this is like a reflection. And it's really not. So now I cannot go too crazy because you can see some of these, it's really not getting it. But what I'm gonna try to do is to bring out a little bit more depth of the water that we are seeing. Okay, all of that may be reflections. Let's add, we're going to grab a brush and I think it's a reflection there. Okay. So let's get back into our water and right now, because I'm not sure how I want to go about this, I'm kind of just playing. Okay, maybe we need to add a little bit more green to it. Add more blue. That's feeling better. Almost think maybe we get into the clarity. Ooh, yeah. Oh, yeah. That's what we needed right there. Bringing out a bit of texture there. Yeah, it's subtle, but just bringing that out a bit, that works for me. Next off, let's take a look at the mountains. We are going to want to do a touch of dehaze. I'm going to bring out a bit of texture, a bit of clarity. I think I like having a little bit darker there with the pop kind of being on the church. Yeah, that's funny. The church, like, okay, I'm going to do this way over the top. Look at that. The church, it didn't even select the church. How's that for contrast? Bring that down just a bit. Let's jump into our sky. Bring our highlights back into our mountains. Do we want to warm up our mountains? We could. That is a huge difference. That's the before. That's the after. I like that. Okay. Let's do some overall, just touch more. Let's get into our effects. Add small vignette. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Okay. Let's see, which one of these do I want? That one, the staircase is too close. I think it's maybe gonna be that one. Let me see what we've got here. Which ones of the church? Thinking I like that. This one. This one does it for me. Wow, you are not happy right now, are you? Okay, Stian. This one's for you, buddy. We can still do some cropping. Let's go ahead, get in to our development. Before we do, let's make sure we've got some straight things. So first off, we want to make sure that our steeple is straight. And do that. I know this is curved. Let's go from here to there. That looks funky to me. That is not correct. Command Z. We're gonna undo that. No, that's not correct. delete that one. Okay, let's just do this corner. Forget the steeple. Make sure that's straight. Grab our water line. Yep, that's straight. That's straight. Okay. We don't need all of that sky, so let's get rid of that. We can get rid of part of that. And take that. Let's go ahead and hit O for our overlay. It's pretty good. Let's get back over to our thirds. Not here. Not here, Stian. This is really... Get back here, navigator. Okay, it's straight. I swear it doesn't feel straight. It says it's straight. Looks like we've got something over here. Something's going on there. Get rid of that. All right, let's see. Whoa. Okay, let's do some clean up. See if there's anything at all. Could be a fish. I don't know. This little speck. You can see the buoys for the rowing over here, for the lanes. While we were walking around this edge over here, Mrs. Shawn and I saw a carp that was freaking huge. Just massive. Okay, so we are good to go there. Let's get into our basics. Bring down our highlights. I don't like that. I don't like that. Let's take that back. Let's get into our masks. Let's see what happens here. Again, let's go ahead. We're gonna hit landscape. It's giving us everything, our sky, mountains, architecture, and water. Let's go ahead and create that. And let's jump into our mountains. give a touch of dehaze. Touch of clarity. And texture. I like that. I'm liking that. Let's see what we can get with the water. Ooh, too blue, too blue. Bring in some green. Okay, let's grab our sky. I think our architecture, just bring out the whites, we can get that to pop a little bit. Having a problem with these greens, as I normally do. Let's get out of our masks. Can't tell if it's the luminance that's bothering me. Yep. Take down the luminance. I could turn it into an autumn photo very easy. And I like doing that. But wouldn't actually be, that would be more of an artistic edit than it would be of saying, hey, this is where we went for our anniversary. So I'm doing, I don't know if you were here, Stian. Here, like doing this image. Here's the original image, and here it is with me going black and white and really pushing it. Now there are times that I like to do that. I like to do a fully artistic. Oh, you were here. Okay. Forget it. Forget it. Never mind. Moving on. But wait, those trees aren't black and white. They are shades of gray. Technically, I don't think I've got any true blacks or true whites. I kind of crunched down the blacks and crunched down the whites. Like in real life. Yeah, well, I mean, this is the photo. And it's the same type of thing. It's you've got so many different shades of green happening within this image. Like it's amazing. So as soon as you turn it into a black and white, you're gonna get those shades or hues of green as different grays. So the brightest one right here, you know, is the brightest one right here. So what am I doing? I feel I've got too much going on here. It gets a lot more attention. Light gray instead of light green. Yes, and that is... Ooh, I like that. Well, let me finish this really quick. Why doing that? Get into our effects. Nothing yet. Details. Sharpening. Yeah, minute. I like it. Now it's not as big of attention grabber because that's not the subject. You know, it's more about the mountain range that is the subject, or the overall landscape collection, the water. But yes, due to the fact that it's not the brightest part, that's is important here. The sand here is actually the brightest part. So we still have some decent contrast happening from the sand to the trees. Not great. That's not the point. I didn't want contrast with this image. But having the whites of the sands and then up in the whites in the mountain, that's kind of what I was going for, you know, having the snow patches and things like that. So the brightest points will draw your eye in. Now, normally looking at this image, you're going to have a tough time distinguishing, like, what is this? And that's exactly what I want. I want you to kind of look at it and have to look at it. That's the big thing is trying to get a person to spend longer than, 2 seconds, a second, 3/10 of a second looking at an image. That's the entire purpose, is being able to hold somebody's attention. And it can be something that they don't get, they don't see it right, and they're like, whoa, what is this? To something like, wow, this is really beautiful, and they look at it. So, that's why you're trying to direct the eye and control where people are looking. Trying. Do I succeed? Not always. Like, I think an image like this would be cool in black and white. I love the depth of that one. Let's do it. Let's do it. Okay, first off, distractions. We've got kids playing football or soccer, depending upon where you live. We've got this guy hanging out in the shadows with his leg up. They need to be removed. So we're gonna try to just use the regular remove tool and see how it goes. And not good. It brought in the girl. So let's select it, delete it. Wow. I don't know why it's so bad. And this is pretty simple stuff. Okay. Now this one's gonna be weird because it's got, like, he's in the shadow. And so the generative AI is going to actually say, okay, so something's got to be there because there's a shadow. Oh, it did well. It did well. Okay, I'm surprised. I'm happy. Pleasantly surprised. Looking for any more distractions. I saw, oh, we got a person up here. You're gone. You are gone. That worked well for me. All right, I thought I saw something over here in the rocks. Okay. So we are going to go black and white. So let's jump in. We're going to go into our black and white. Let's go and check out our presets that we have. And in my mind, this is kind of what I'm feeling, but not to that extent. Now, I can always bring down the amount it's being used. So I'm watching the contrast with the clouds, which that looks freaking great. Clouds are vicious. Ooh, that's 7. 7's looking good. 7 looking good. Nine is too much. That's muddy. Green filter. Okay, we're gonna go with 7. So that's good. Ooh, nope, don't don't go too much. We might want to bring that back down. All right. Like that. Now let's jump in to our tonal curve before we do anything. And we're going to bring up the blacks just a hair. So there's no true blacks. Same things with the whites. Let's open this up. And I still want to be able to see, you know, that these are trees. Actually, we can brighten that up just a hair. Bruce. Oh, no. Command Z. We don't want to add green. Bruce says, sorry, stepped away for a bit. Had to water the neighbor's garden while they're away. Vicious clouds indeed. Heavenly, really. I think so. Okay, let's get into our basics. Open up those shadows just a hair. Take some texture and some clarity. Now we have no pure whites, but we do have a little bit of whites. No pure blacks. We can open that up just a bit. I'm digging that. Let's get into here. Now, so that, ooh, okay. I enjoy that. Yes, I do. Let's brighten up those greens. See what we get with our blues. Actually, I gotta say, I kind of like where they were at. I do. Got back here. What's that? That's okay. That's the blues. Nope. Let's take that back up. What is it calling these back here? Oh, it's calling that blue too. Interesting. Okay, let's leave everything like this. Let's see what we get for our landscape masks. Sky, mountains, water, natural ground. Yeah, well, nah, it's kind of screwing up. I'm not gonna mess with the water at all. I do want the mountains and the sky. Don't need the natural. Yeah, I do want the natural. Basil! Welcome in. That is quite an entrance. I mean, not really too intelligent, but good on you. Let's do a Command Z for that. Getting back in. All right. We're going to add a bit of contrast to that. Let's open up those shadows just a little bit. Now let's get into the mountains. Nah, Bruce, it's fine. I mean, anybody can come in and say something like this is boring and not have any concept on what it is they're looking at. And maybe that's why they think it's boring, which is perfectly fine. I mean, they're wasting their time and giving me, you know, views. So I can't really complain. Let's go in. That's what cracks me up is, yeah, give me views. I'm okay. Let's grab a add brush. Let's go ahead, paint in these parts that were missed. Here we go. Bruce says truth. Yeah, you know, the funny thing is the fact that it's a new viewer and that they typed something in chat actually gave me engagement. So it's like giving me free points. Now, if they were rude, now we would take it in a different direction. But yeah, I'm okay. Is it, Bruce? Or is it boring? I know they're long gone, but still funny. Still funny. Okay, what we're gonna do is we're gonna create a new radial gradient, and we need to get a little bit of a pop on this mountain, just a tiny bit. Just like half a stop right there. Okay, let's go ahead. We are going to go ahead, duplicate, invert that mask. I'm going to make this way bigger. Hey, Bruce, you know it goes both ways. You can't take it. Don't come in and try to dish it out. I'm digging this. I'm digging this. Look at the sunlight coming over that now. Coming over that hill. The clouds are popping right there. That is nice. General, hello there. Wondering, get back into our masks. We didn't have what time of the day was this? This was got me thinking. 3 p.m. 3:15. Yep. 3:15. How's your day going, General? Let's do linear gradient. Let's bring this one up. Take it to the water's edge, like so. Let's bring down the texture. Bring down the clarity. General says, good, good, good. Good to hear it. Yeah, we've got just... I had to darken this up a little bit. It was too bright, and you were kind of catching, getting stuck in this area right here. So I think that's better. That feels better to me. Yeah. That's nice. And General, just so you know, this isn't sand. It's rocks. No sand. That was a preemptive sand quote. Ooh, General, should I call you number 2? I guess that's below. Being number 2 is below. Back to 3. uh, yeah, this is a fun edit. I think we're good to go with it. This is one of those things. And to be honest, when I first got into photography, I was like, General says, who does number 2 work for? I'll never tell you. Who does number 2 work for? I can't do it. I spit in your eye. Who does number 2 work for? Oh, not 3 times. That just bothers me. I don't remember the exact quote. Well, that was easy. Oh my gosh. You know, the funny thing is, for those of you that were around, I think it was last week, a week and a half ago. No, it was a couple weeks ago. I'm getting internet, high-speed internet put in, and they screwed it up and they cut my internet. And so, you know, it's at night. What movie is that from? Austin Powers. So we, I am not a number, I am a free man. Name that series. Caroline, you've got me stumped. I have many guesses, but I can't think of one off the top of my head. I'm not a number, I'm a free man. I had no business watching Austin Powers at 7 years old with my sister. The Prisoner, okay. I had a bunch of prison movies going through my head. Now, Stian, okay, of course I have a couple years on you. So when Austin Powers first came out, my older sister invited me over, and at that time, they had a computer, and it had a DVD player in it, and they could run a cable from their computer to the TV and watch a DVD. That's a disc, for those of you, a disc on the TV from the computer. It was mind-blowing. It was like, how does this magic work? Oh my gosh. So they had a bunch of people over, and we were, hi Jack, I hope you're doing well. DVD, you're too young. Oh, General, I know laser discs, I know VHS, I know Beta, and all those 8mm reel to reel. Okay, and Bruce is saying, ooh, fancy high tech. It was. You know, I didn't even own a computer then, so this was really cool to me. So now back to Austin Powers. So that was the movie. It just came out. I think it came to a Blockbuster, or, you know, one of the rental places. And so they got the DVD, and we were watching it, and I literally, the very first time I watched Austin Powers, I was so over the top annoyed and was like, what is going on here? Like, I was not a fan the first time I saw it. I'm like, no, this is not funny. This is not exciting. What is this? The second time I watched it, I dang near laughed my butt off. So, yeah. The first time I was like, no. This is not good. Okay. We thought it was hilarious, but I think a lot of the poorly hidden innuendos were lost on us. Probably. And that's probably a good thing, Stian. You know? Probably. Eventually you found your mojo. I lost my mojo. Mojo. Gotta get off this Austin Power kick. Okay. So what we've got going here with this photo. I like this photo. I like the foreground. I like the fallen log here. I've liked the branches. We've got the stream coming through. And then we've got this one light shot coming through the back. So what we're going to do is we're going to darken everything up, and we're going to have this light spot right here pop in the background. First off, we need to find distractions. Bruce says, how long for the first time you saw it to the second time? I don't remember, Bruce. I honestly, I don't remember. Make it pop. I'm gonna try the next day. I mean, I own it now, of course, but not on DVD, on Blu-ray. I had an Xbox, and with the whole HD DVD war and Blu-ray war that occurred, I of course got an HD player for my Xbox, and when you got one, you sent away to Xbox, and you got to choose something like 6 or 7 movies, and they sent it to you for free and things of that nature. So I actually have an HD player. I don't think I have it with me here in Germany. I think it's in the United States, with a whole bunch of movies. And then once, for reasons we're not going to discuss, Blu-ray took over because a industry ended up choosing to go with Blu-ray rather than HD. So it killed HD instantly. I went to Best Buy, and they had like all these HD movies on sale for like $1 a piece. So I'm like, I got the player. It's gonna work. In the attic, no. We have like a 1900 stand-up piano. We have tons of stuff in storage. In the United States, we had big houses with a lot of furniture. And so you can only bring so much poundage when you come across for free. You could bring out however much you want if you're going to pay for it. But for what's paid for us, there's a specific amount of poundage that can be shipped. So we have to put a lot of stuff in storage, like the piano, like things that, okay, we're not going to need it. So, I mean, I've shuffleboard table, slot machines, the piano, all these big fun. We had game rooms, poker tables, all this stuff is in the States. And so it's fun. I have to tell you, so it's fun. This is what occurs when we get shipped back to the States. And this time it was to Boston, this most recent time. So we go up, and our stuff is being shipped, not a Ouija board, no. I'm not superstitious, but there's no freaking way I'm touching one of those. Iron Maiden, only if it's Eddie. Eddie. So we show up and we get our house, we get our household goods delivered, and then we get our storage delivered. And it's like Christmas. You sit there and over, you know, we spent 5 years here the first time. We've been here for 7 years so far, and you totally forget what you put in storage. And then you're like, why did I keep this? Like, what was the reasoning? Hi, Uma. What was the reasoning that I actually thought I would want this again in 5 years? But it's a blast. It's a lot of fun to end up going through all this stuff. You know, like Christmas again. How you doing, Uma? Okay, let's get back to editing. I had a plan here. I promise I did. I'm not seeing many distractions here. It's quite clean. Looks like we got a goal back there, but that's okay. I'm not worried about this sign. If this starts being visible, I may clean it up. You know what? Let's just clean it up now. Let's just clean it up. I know it's there. Let's just start cleaning this stuff up. Good. Get rid of that sign. Get rid of said car. Okay, nice. Got a waterfall back there. Not even gonna worry about that. I don't think it's gonna be seen. Okay, so first off, let's jump in. We are gonna do a landscape. Let's see what we get here. And yeah, sky. That's good. Mountains, that's not really very good. There's our vegetation. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do a water, okay. Natural ground, okay. I don't know if I'm gonna be messing with all this. I can call that good. Create those masks. Right. Got a little bit of a screw up there, I see. So let's grab our vegetation. Let's add. We're going to grab a brush. We're just going to add that in right there. Looks good. Thank you very much. Our water is okay. I don't know if I'm going to mess with that at all. Natural ground. I don't think I'm going to need that one. Okay, let's start with the sky. First off, let's go ahead. We're going to darken that sky up, bring the highlights down. We can we'll just get that to pop a little bit. That's not what we want. The red sky oddly worked in this image. Let's cool our sky just a touch. Not much, like a -3. All right, that's good there. I'm thinking how I want to end up doing this. Our vegetation. Don't want to overdo that. I'm digging that. Let's get into not our natural ground. Let's open that up. Let's do a subtract. Let's grab a brush. Get rid of that. That is not part what we want. We can get rid of this too. And here we're going to add a little bit of texture and some clarity right there. Yep, just some minute changes, but it is working. Next off, let's grab a radio gradient. And here, where we want to bring the eye, and I'm just using the color, or not the color, but the lighting that is already there. And just trying to enhance it a little bit. Okay, let's grab a linear gradient. Just gonna give that a little bit darker edge. Ooh, I'm kind of liking that. All right, let's do some global editing here, bringing down the highlights, open up the shadows just a touch. We can increase our whites. Give it a tiny bit of contrast, not a lot. Let's add a touch of saturation. Excuse me, vibrance. Ooh, don't mess those two up. Get some texture. Mid-tone clarity. There we go. I'm liking that. Yeah, just kind of taking what you've got. And as Stian says, make it pop. Just bring it out a little bit more. Okay. It's been a couple days since I looked at this photo. I like it. Oof. That's a nice photo. That's a nice photo. Them are some clouds. Can refresh me on how to use that type of select color mask? Okay. Let's see here. What do we want? Which one should we do for a select color mask? Now, let me see what we've got here. Now, you do mean color range mask, right, Bruce? This one will work, maybe. Okay, let's go in D for develop. What you used on the previous picture. Oh, okay, hold on. Then so the masks on this photo, I think Bruce is talking about. The dark side of the Force is a pathway to many abilities, some consider to be unnatural. So I have an absolute ton of masks on this. First off, when you come in, you have, and this is where you confused me, Bruce, is you actually have a color range mask. You also have a luminance range mask. So if there's a specific color range or color that you want to select and mask within an image, you can select the color and fine tune it. The same thing with the luminance. So if you're looking for a specific mid-tone that you're trying to select, you can do the luminance mask. Now for this, up here at the top, or okay, at the beginning, there's a landscape mask. Select landscape. And so it goes through and uses Sensei, I believe, and it'll break it out. So as you can see, it broke out the natural ground, water, vegetation, and sky. Okay, so those are the masks. So it broke out all of the landscape. Now, this is the same thing when you've got a photo of a person, and it will select their pupils or their lips or their hair. Frank, hello. Watched your stream this morning, Frank. Good job. So it will make selections. It'll use, I believe, Sensei AI to actually make those selections of the people. Same thing with the landscape. It will break up your landscape. Now, to make it pop, as you can see here, black conceals, white reveals. So this first mask, and let me zoom back out here. You can see it right here. It is a radial mask. And if we want to rename this, let's call this our highlight. So I created just a radial mask there to brighten up that spot. And you can see over here, all I did was I brought the exposure up half of a stop, 0.49. Then with that mask, what you're able to do is duplicate and invert the mask. And so it gave me this one, as it says, mask 1 inverted. And so you can see again, now the white is on the outside. So that means anything that I do is happening outside the black part. And that's when I just darkened everything up a little bit. And then I thought the foreground was also a little bit too dark. So I added a linear gradient mask to take care of this part down here, as you can see. And as I hover over these, you can see there's our natural ground, there's our water, our sky, there's our highlight right there, there's our darkening, our burning, if you will, and then there is our linear gradient. So you can see what we've done here, and to me, This is just like one of the greatest things that Lightroom Classic has done in a long time. You know, before you would do your dodge and burning with a brush. Yeah, this is just great. And to be this specific, you'd have to do a lot of this in Photoshop. Now, I want to show this since you brought this up, Bruce. Or I brought it up. Let's get to... Oh, come on, Shawn. Oh, Frank. Holy shnikey, thank you, Frank. All right. Oh. Thank you, Bruce. Okay. Boom. So, talking about creating masks, and I think we should go over this because I really enjoy this one. So right here, you've got range and there's a drop down menu. So you've got color range or luminance range. Now, when I'm taking these photos, they're not creating depth maps. Sometimes a photo will have a depth map and you can use that. So first off, if I go into color range and there's my eyedropper, you can see it right there. And I want that blue, okay? Now, as you can see, let me come up here and let's make this purple. Let's make it so we can really see this. Oh, fluorescent green. Okay, so I have select this building and it's a blue. So as you can see up here in the top, it's giving me shades of blue. It's selecting that. The windows are being selected because of the reflection. There's some blue that probably bounce light is coming up onto this umbrella. The concrete, this white concrete, all of this bounce light from the blue that I chose is coming in. So this is when you need to get in and kind of fine tune this. So first off, you can see here's the color that I selected up here. And then we need to refine it. Now, if you want, you can invert it. And now it's gone crazy. And we're going to switch this back to bright red. Purple. There we go. That's a good color to see. Okay, so now we need to refine our color. So as we come up, it's selecting more and more of the color range. If I start bringing it down, now you can see we still have the sky over here. It deselected our concrete. It deselected the umbrella. It deselected the windows. But now we are slightly losing our shadow, our darkness. So we need to keep refining until we get it, till we get what we want. So we just keep bringing this back up until we start feeling good. Now, okay, there's still a lot that's done. Super easy to take care of, right? We've got the blues that we want. We may need to change the windows. Let's see if we can refine this a little bit without losing. Nope. Let's go for it from there. Okay, I'm going to select the mask. Now here you have subtract. So I can go subtract. We're going to use a brush and make our brush big and just paint away all of this. Like, paint away the sky. We don't want it. Okay, paint this. It's still picking that up. We don't want it. Any place where you feel that it's starting to pick it up, just take it away. I can see up here, we've got it in the sky. Boom, boom, boom. You are gone. You are gone. Everything is looking good. Now, from here, to show you what is occurring, if I go in and I start messing with exposure, you can see what's happening. We can make it brighter. If we want to go in and start changing the tints, the temperature, excuse me, we can do that. We can also change the hues. And so you're creating that mask using color. Okay? Really powerful. I really like to use that. It's very helpful. So let's delete all those masks. Now, we want to deal with luminance. So if we're going to make a new mask, again, let's go over to range and let's do a luminance mask. And again, our color picker comes up, and let's say that we want, well, let's just see what this yellow does. It does everything. So as you can see up here now, it is giving me where I selected. This white part here is where I selected. Then it's giving me the range of 40, of 70. And so what you can do is get in here and start changing these and moving them around to try to refine it. Now, that's not just grabbing that luminance. Let's delete all of that. And let's say we wanted to select the windows. Now, these windows are pretty dark. Now, as you can see over here, here is our range. So if we start moving this around and okay, that window's pretty bright, I guess. So as of right now, it's selecting everything within the darks right here. Now, this is a bad example. So I'm going to show you a better example. Let's delete all masks. Let's get out. Let's jump back into my attributes. Let's get into some of these white mountains. Okay, here we go. So as you can see here with this mountain range, is this a good one to use? Let's do this one. Okay, so in this mountain range, as you can see, you've got a lot of darks, you've got a lot of whites, and you have a lot of grays and midtones. So if you want to do some quick like dodge and burning on this, what you can do is you can jump in here, we can do a luminance, and we are going to, let's do this bright gray. There we go. Let's refine this quite a bit. Caroline, have a great day. Thank you for being here. We want to get rid of those clouds. And what did I just do? Get back here. Okay. So from here, let's subtract. We're going to do a brush and subtract all of this in the sky. And you too. There we go. All right. So these are our bright midtones. So if we go in and I can increase the exposure, and I'm going way over the top here, we can increase that exposure. Now, if we go in and we want to do another luminance mask, now let's grab those blacks. And again, Let's get in. Refine. Okay. And let's turn them black. So you can choose different parts of a mountain range, like what we've got here, to be able to really fine tune some of your dodge and burning. But all it's doing is creating a mask, and then what you do after that, boom. So yeah, let's go ahead, reset that image. Hopefully that explains it. These masks are just getting more and more powerful, and they're in Lightroom. They're in Lightroom Classic, and they're also in Adobe Camera Raw. It is. It can be powerful, that's for sure. Where are we? We are on a waterfall. What do I want to do? I want to go through these and see what we've got. Stan, are you still here? Appreciate you taking the time with the breakdown. No, Bruce, I'm just trying not to be boring. Okay, Stian, this image, I'm gonna do this for you. Now, we're not gonna turn this into a full-blown, I'm multitasking with work. Okay, no, I'm not gonna do a full fall scene here, but we're gonna warm this image up a lot, is what we're gonna do with this. I already love the grasses. I love the trees that we have going on. So I'm gonna take it into a different direction. Let's go ahead, hit D for our develop. Let's jump in and let's go into our basics. And I am just making sure we've got no distractions. Okay. Can you make it October 3rd? Here at this location, I think October 3rd would look like this. All snow. How's that? That's a lot of snow. That's a lot of snow. There you go. October 3rd in the Alps. That actually looks really cool. I've never done that before. Seems kind of like October 2nd, to be honest. Okay. Frank says, buffering my end. Am I the only one? I've got excellent across the board on my end, Frank. Oh, sorry about that. Okay, let's reset this. That was kind of cool. I kind of like that, turning that into a snow scene. All right, what am I doing here? Let's bring down our highlights just a bit. We're gonna open up our shadows. I do that all the time when I leave ISO 50,000 on. So do I. I just don't tell people. We're gonna add that in. Bring down our blacks just a hair. Let's see what we've got going on. Okay, we are clipping in the blacks. Let's bring that over. For now, we're gonna just kind of get this where we want it. I love denoise too. I do. Okay, we need to get into our hues. There we go. And we're just gonna go through, get that a little bit more orange, and we're being very specific with our greens. I'm liking that. We can come back into here. Now, let's go ahead. We're gonna warm up everything. Let's actually get a sky mask here. Just warm that sky up just a bit. We're going to darken that up. Do you take rainy photos? I do. Let me... Okay, let me get out of here. This already looks like fall. Yeah, it does. I mean, when you look at that one to that one. No, Bruce, it's not tricky. Let me think about where we were at. We had a couple, well, it rained like every day. Okay, so we went to Bled, then the mountain, then the falls. We went over to the day after this. Okay, that was that hike. Here. You can, I mean, it was pouring down rain. Now, here's the thing you gotta be aware of. Now, certain cameras like Canon are not water resistant. When I say water resistance, I'm not talking about waterproof. I'm saying water resistant. So there's seals in the lenses, or seals that are keeping water out of your lens, out of your camera. Nikon is weather resistant. It's it's rain resistant and sand resistant. So you have to be aware of this. Now, you also have to be aware if your lens is water resistant or not. My lens blew up in freaking in Iceland because that lens is not weather resistant. So it died on the first day in Iceland. Thankfully, I had many other lenses with me. So you want to be aware of it. I always carry here. Oh, okay, hold on. Stay here, everybody. Okay, first off, this came with a bag. General, you are correct. This came with a camera bag. It is a nice stretchy, it's just a water pouch. So I always carry that. And so this can always be, my camera can always be put into it. If you do not have one of these things and you're doing any sense of traveling, you can easily, I'll try not to cut myself, hold on. Any place that you go to, any decent, that's not a knife. Hey, Devlin. Any decent hotel that you go to, that you stay at, is going to have an item that you want to take. And you will keep it in your camera bag. And you will take many of them over your time. And that is oh my God, how in the heck does this thing work? Oh, there we go. That is a shower cap. That's not a knife. Shower caps. These end up going, they are nice and stretchy. They fit easily over your bag, over your camera. They're light, they're disposable, and you can get them at all the places you stay. So, a shower cap. I have, I don't know, probably 5 or more someplace in my office. But this is a shower cap from where I stayed in Slovenia. So that is an extremely interesting way. Frank, thank you. But what if you have hair? It's for your camera. That's some bad hat, Harry. We need a bigger boat. So that's what I recommend, is you always have at least one shower cap in your bag. If you have but if you have rain protecting gear or whatever, there you go, take that. But how about in the field when taking photos? Okay, so Bruce, what you do is you always carry around bandanas or some type of cloth, a wicking cloth of some sort. So what I like to do is, because my camera is water resistant, my father's camera was not. So when they came to visit me in B. Conley, hello, welcome in. When came to Boston, his camera died. So these are the things when you're purchasing a camera, you need to think about, is it water resistant? Microfiber is a good choice. Found you through the photography tag. Thank you so much. Well, welcome in. I'm assuming you're a photographer. So for in the rain, getting these photos, as you can see now, I've got raindrops, which we can clean up. But in these photos here, what I'm doing is you are being aware of the position of your lens. Now, here you can see I'm shooting up. And whoa, we just got a follow. Thank you. Can I call you BC? I kind of dig that. And boom, I feel microfiber is worse at soaking up water than cottons. So that's what I use. Yeah, I'm down with that. Thank you so much for the follow. I did sing that, General. You are correct. So as you can see, I am shooting up. I got raindrops. So you need to be aware, you know, in the first photos here, I went out, I had my gear, I had my lens pointed down, I brought it up, I took the photos that I wanted, and then immediately as I got back to the car, I started wiping everything down. Just mainly getting water off my lens. This lens that I have now, I'm not 100% sure. I didn't check to see if it's water sealed, if it's rain sealed. So I was just being safe, and thankfully the lens didn't die. But I mean, yes, I know it only cost me $12. Thank you, Adobe, but it's a nice lens. So yeah. And then here's the other thing. Let me jump ahead here. Two quick tips. When you're in the rain, getting photos of the water beating up, the water, you know, on in the courtyards, of things of that nature is great. Now, let's say, oh, I want that here. Super easy to do. And this works great with cobblestone, especially. So if you're going through Europe and whatnot. So if I go D for develop, we're going to go in. We're going to go ahead, grab a mask. We're going to grab a brush mask. And let's make this smaller. And this is going to be quick and dirty. Okay. So I'll erase anything, but this is just a quick example. If you want to get streets, bricks to look like it's been raining, what you do is you crank up your contrast, and then you come to 100, then you come down and you go to your clarity and crank that up. And so that's the before, that's the after. Now with cobblestone, you can really get it to look like it's been rainy. So I assume you're a landscape photographer. I have been a sport photographer for years. Then I turned to portrait and travel photography. Then COVID hit, and my portraits have gone, and so now I am mainly doing no, don't worry, you'll know tangents are the way to go here. We love tangents. Speaking of tangents, where is my tangent train? There we go. Bam. So we hijack all the time. That is true. Landscape photography I've always done. I always have enjoyed it. But mainly it's this is my 41st country in Slovenia. I just got back. And just traveling and exploring. And so portraits are not my thing. They were not for me either. They were not. And what occurred to me is when I moved here to Germany, a buddy of mine owns a studio. Well, okay. You keep bouncing around, BC. What do you shoot? Let me know. Let's see. When I started out the sports, I was hired by the Massachusetts Olympic to shoot all of their Olympic games that occurred year round. Aviation, automotion, and sports. Automotive. Love it. I have the gear and I haven't had the opportunity. Let me get in. I do car to car, air to air. Oh, that is awesome. I've got the wrong drives in, don't I? Yeah, I can show these. What's air to air? So you can check out my work sometime. I will. There, I want to say a colleague, a friend of mine's daughter started doing, oh, I can't remember the company, but she's airplane development, and she would be up in a plane taking photos of the planes. Like, that's what she's hired to do. Like, dang, that's cool. Now I have a couple friends who are pilots, so I've done some, but nothing like that. Not my daughter, no. So this is out in Germany, and I've got tons and tons and tons of pictures. They're not all loaded on this disk, but there was a grand total of 350 paratroopers that were delivering toys for tots, and they were from all over Europe, including America. And I showed up and I was like, here's my press pass. I want to take photos. So they took me out by Jeep and put me in the landing zone to take these photos. And so I had one guy with me, and I was like, okay, look, I thought Shawn and Mrs. Shawn had a daughter. They keep secrets to the world. No, Umacorn, no kids here. I had a soldier, and I was like, okay, because they're dropping cargo. There's like 300 people are dropping, and I'm like this. I'm stuck to my camera. And so I was told the guy, I said, look, what I want you to do is, if anybody or anything is getting close to me, I'm giving you permission. You grab my collar and you pull me the heck out of there, okay? I'm not going to be able to see if I'm looking at this way, at this photo, at this guy coming down, this girl coming down. I'm not going to be able to see somebody coming down and landing on my head. So I am giving you permission to drag my butt wherever I need to go to be safe. He never had to, thankfully, but that's kind of one of the things you have to think about, when you are doing stuff like this. But okay, let's get back to Slovenia. That was a long time ago. Bruce, it's amazing where you can go if you have a camera. You can get into things. So I was at Max. No, this was Max London, excuse me. So Max London, and I got my camera, and there is an area in which I'm working. I was there for Adobe. I was working in one section. So in the next building over, I'm like, hey, what's going on over there? And everybody was like, ooh, that's like the VIP section. You can't get in there. Your badge doesn't allow you in there. And I'm like, yeah, my badge won't. Okay. So I grabbed my camera gear. I walked up, and of course I've got an Adobe shirt on. I got my camera right in front of my badge, and the guy's like stops me because they have Adobe has a ton of security. Guy stops me, and I'm like, yeah, I'm here to take photos. And he's like, oh yeah, okay, come on. And I go right in, and there's like all the VIPs, and I'm talking CEOs, not like Paul Tranny and Terry White, those VIPs. I'm talking the big dogs. And so yeah, I just walked right in. I started taking photos. And walked from one end to the other, taking photos, turned right around, and I'm like, okay, I don't want to be here anymore. This is boring. Left. So if you have a camera and you've got the confidence, you can jump in and like pretty much get into almost any place. Back in school, they actually issued press passes. It's a freaking card that says press on it. That's it. Inner Glow, hello. Good to see you. Okay. Frank, thank you so much for being here. Have a great day. There's nothing like the rush of sitting on the open ramp of a skydive plane with an F-18 Super Hornet at 11,000 feet. I can only imagine, man. That sounds awesome. Were you tethered? And I don't mean the camera. I mean you. I hope you were tethered. Yes, okay. See, if I actually get, like, I have access to a lot of that stuff. I was tethered to the plane and the camera was tethered to me. Smart. There's if I have to be on one of those planes, that's probably not good. Like, yeah, that means we're being evacuated. I do not want to be evacuated. Does that mean bad stuff is happening? Okay, I gotta wait, which one is this? Oh, I reset it. That's what I did. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Let's keep going. Oh, by the way, B, just so you know, BC, a lot of people here, you know, they kind of find us like how you found us. We've got a lot of streamers here that do a lot of different work. And we are, yeah, please feel free to share the link. Thank you for asking. We all came from Behance. A lot of us came from Behance. So I've been a streamer for 5 years now over on Behance. Behance, YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, but mainly Behance. And we've got a lot of people here that are like Adobe community experts that do stuff for Adobe as well as moderate. So we have a ton of people here that are kind of part of a community that went through the pandemic together. And we are more than happy to invite anybody else in. So don't feel like you're left out if there's inside jokes or anything like that. Oh wow, I've never paid much attention to Behance. I get the emails and all, but never pay much mind to it. I live in Lightroom and Photoshop. Lightroom or Lightroom Classic? Curious. I do a huge array of stuff. Now Behance, we can talk about Behance real quick. Let's talk about Behance. Shall we? Okay. Do I have the lives? I don't have the lives up. So Classic. Okay. I'm just curious, not there's any different. So Behance, they have these Adobe Lives. And Behance is showing up on Twitch now. So if you are on Twitch and you're interested in getting involved with Adobe, let's put it that way. I'm not questioning learning. There is a huge learning aspect. And you know what? Why am I talking about it? Let me show you. One moment, please. And here. Hey, Penny's live. Oh, come on. Whoops. No. So, Adobe is starting to do a lot more on Twitch. So Adobe's got their Behance, and it's Behance and YouTube. And so, as you can see, you know, Jack Watson right here, I'm going to be streaming with her in an hour and a half on Discord. But we have a series of stuff happening today, starting at 6 p.m., 10, and there's all of this, and there's some amazing photography that is occurring now on Twitch. Some of these live streams are switching over into Twitch. I'm catching up. We have a whole photo family here on Twitch with a Discord for us. Lots of portraits and wedding photography. Nice. What? Oh, that's... I'm like, what the heck is... Who's laughing? Stop. Stop. Okay, I gotta end that. Did you share the link? I didn't see the link. Weird. It didn't come up on my Restream or Twitch. Oh, that must be it right there. Okay. The Restream blocked it. Interesting. And Twitch is blocking it. That means I must have a setting set to not allow link. But Bruce, you said you were able to get to it, right? Okay, I'm just gonna follow you, and I'll find it through your page. We'll do that. So I'm following you now, BC. Bruce says I jumped on Instagram. Okay. All right, that's something I'm gonna have to look into. But yeah, if that's something that you would be interested in, Adobe's doing a lot of stuff, and we do a lot of stuff. Ooh, thank you for the whisper. Okay. Ah, perfect. We got to look at this. Jack, I will see you later. Have a good walk with the doggos. Oh, you're not jumping over there, are you? You. Okay, let's do this. This is going to be funky. So bear with me, everybody. Holy snike. Oh my God, that's awesome. That is awesome. We're going to sit back and enjoy this for a second. I'm going to have to end the stream shortly. I got to go get ready for my next stream. Are you located in this? Okay, wait, above Lakeland, Florida. Okay. Dang. That is cool. That is cool. Whoa, what did I just get? I got raided from Penny Doodles. First time raider. Hello, everybody. Let me jump over. We're looking at community artwork. Thank you, everybody, for jumping in with a raid. Let me give a shout out to Penny. Howdy, Raiders. My name is Shawn Kozel. I'm a photographer. I am based in Germany. I do a little bit of everything. You will... There we go. Shout out to Penny Doodles. Penny, you are awesome. Thank you so much. Was hoping you were still working. Thank you. Tea time. Let's see here. What do we got? Tea time. Hello. I like that name. Artist to be. I like that. Very nice. Umacorn. Umacorn's doing a double raider. Ashley, thank you so much. Give you big old boom. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for the follow. Bam. And we'll give a holy shnikes to Penny. Wow. Thank you, Penny. Okay. For all of you just jumping in. Oh, Penny. Thank you. Got a big boom from Penny. For all of you jumping in, I have been working on travel photography from Slovenia. And so earlier this week, I went through, I did some pics. I got them shown here and have started working on getting some done. So we are doing a little bit of high key editing. I started to tell this story before, but when I started my photography endeavor, if you will, I was like, oh, black and white, it's so timeless, it's so amazing, it's great. And I was shooting in black and white. This is how dumb I was. I was shooting JPEG black and whites, and then editing it. I mean, just stupid stuff. And the main reason that I was photographing in black and white is because I didn't understand color. And yes, black and whites are beautiful and they are timeless, but that was an excuse I was giving myself. So for the last, I don't know how many years, I've gotten away from black and white. Just every now and then I'll do one, but I've really tried to educate myself with color, and that way I can get rid of the color and not do it as really a crutch. So I'm kind of thinking about getting back into doing a little bit more black and white. JPEG black and white. Wow. Artsy fartsy. Yeah. Dumb. So many mistakes. And then just trying to get into, you know, really getting into a little bit different styles of editing, and for no particular reason except for to push myself. Like, let's get out of here. Let's go. None. I said none. You know, we had Steon in chat asking about trying to get it to be a little more fallish. So way to just take this image and taking it into here. Things of that nature. Just really playing around and using all of the tools that we've got. So, okay. Evie, hello. I hope you are doing well. Yes, I worked on that cow. That is one sexy Bessie. She was posing. She was so posing. All right, let's work on one more photo. I've got to go. I've got a stream coming up soon. I love those clouds. Let's see what we can get out of this. Let's see what we've got here. Let's go ahead. We're going to jump in. Let's do a landscape. It's not going to pick up anything. This is going to be a pretty big mistake, but we've got our sky, we've got our mountains. Let's create those two. A lot of great tips, pro tips in the masking. Yeah, I love masking. I love lamp. I love lamp. My God, look at that depth. That looks fake. We got the switchbacks down here. This is just, wow. Let's get back into our masks. Seriously, I haven't done a dang thing to this mask. Not liking like that blue. It's not doing it for me. I've never had a photo in which I just start working on it and I'm like, this looks fake. This looks like a composite I did. We're not going to end on this. Wow. Slovenia. Evie. Okay, I did shoot this in HDR. I bracketed the shots, and I still don't know why I took so many. Ooh, maybe this. Okay, this one may be better. All right, let's jump in our masks. Let's try our landscape. See what we get here. Interesting, it actually picked up these roads down here. So that's going to be interesting. Let's start with the sky. Bring our highlights down. And the interesting, for those of you that are just popping in, the interesting thing on this trip, we were there for 8 days. And every day in the Alps, the clouds were building up like this. And it was gorgeous. The clouds were amazing. And then all of a sudden, like around between 3 and 5 o'clock, boom, it would rain. And then it would stop. So it was this constant, like, just weird weather. And I'm assuming it's got to do with the Alps, but absolutely gorgeous. Also, don't forget to tell new viewers how many countries you've been to. Oh, Penny, I don't want to brag that I've been to 41 countries. Now, that's just not me. I'm not braggadocious. Come on. Why you gotta put me out like that? Thank you, Penny. Okay. When we add a little bit of exposure... Yeah, right, Bruce. Jeez. I want to just come in, add a small bit of dehaze. I don't want them to think you've only been to 1 or 2. Well, this is embarrassing, Penny. And I think I've said this before, that this trip was so spectacular. It was so beautiful, that in the 11 years, 12 years that I've been in Europe, off and on, 41 countries, I can't even tell you like how many cities, how many times I go back to countries and travel more and more and more, and that I've never been to Slovenia. That I never even thought of going to Slovenia. It's embarrassing, honestly. Inner Glow says, Shawn, I have a question. I would like to know how to turn an image to black and white, but in a way that it will show the true value of the colors. I discovered the regular options you would go to turn to make black and white don't actually give the true representation of the true value of colors. There is one way to do it to get the true value representation, and it's not intuitive at all. This is the method I found in Photoshop. Make a new layer, fill it with black, or in any value between white and black, work, and change it to overlay. I wonder, what is your method to turn an image to black and white and get the true representation of the color value? And yes, it is embarrassing. Okay. That is a very... No, I haven't crashed. Good question for the black and white and the representation of the values. Now, let's get back into our attributes. So let's find... Okay, first off, Inner Glow. This is an example of an image. Let's hit D for develop. Let's go ahead, show the before and after. This is an image. No. Don't say you're sorry. Don't say you're sorry. This is the original raw image, okay? Now, I went to a completely different way. So here, using a green filter that pulls the greens out and changing up to get the look that I want. So this is one way to get it. All right, that's one way. Now, if you let me find an image that would work in black and white, maybe this one. Okay, so there's different ways to do this. If we go ahead, hit D for develop, and you come over to saturation and you just bring the saturation down. That is giving you your true, oh, that's not what I wanted. That is giving you the true representation. What you have done is you have kept the values, and this is what overlay is doing in Photoshop. This is keeping your values and your tones, not your tones, your values, and it is removing all the color. So, what that means is, what do I want to open? Photoshop. Yeah, let's open Photoshop. There's 3 ways to do things: the right way, the wrong way, and the max power way. Okay, so let's go ahead. We're going to reset that and hit G for grid. Let's go Command E, bring that over. Let's jump over into Photoshop. I said Photoshop. There we go. So to begin with, let me open up my properties. Inner Glow is talking about making a new layer and taking black, and we can do an Option Delete. No, Command Z. I meant Option Command Delete. Command Z. Option Delete. Fill it with black. Going over here, and not your channels. Coming over here and switching it. What did you say? Did you say does not? No, it desaturation does not. Switching it to color. Yeah. Thank you. Switching it to color. Boom. So when you've got, let's jump in here. Let's grab a solid color, and it doesn't matter what color. We're going to hit OK. So what is occurring in Photoshop when you are pulling the saturation out, all right? So first off, we have coming up our saturations. So let me zoom in so you can see what I'm doing here. The HSB. So if I go to the left and right, that is your saturation. If I go up and down, that is the brightness of the hue. The hue is this panel over here. All right. So in Lightroom, Camera Raw, Lightroom Classic, if you remove the saturation to 0, it keeps your brightness and your hue all the same, and your saturation goes to 0. So your luminance or brightness is going to stay the same. Now, do I recommend doing that? Absolutely not. I mean, if you are looking for a absolutely spot on black and white, yes, you can do that. That is like your artistic choice that you're wanting to do, which is completely understand. So come on, you can do it. There we go. You zoom out. Let's cancel out of that. It does go to 11 general. You just need to play with it a little bit. And I'll show you taking it to 11 really quickly. So let's get rid of that layer. And you want to, yeah, I want to delete it. Let's get rid of this layer. Yup. Now, if you come over here, and this is where I find it interesting. If you jump in and you want to use the black and white adjustment layer, which is right down here, black and white adjustment layer, you click on that, it ends up giving you a default. It gives you a default preset, which is Inner Glow is talking about that when you use a black and white, it is not actually giving you the true representation, which is correct. It is not giving you the true representation because it's giving you a preset. Now, you can come in and you have all of these different presets and you can make your own preset. Okay, so you can make your custom preset. But the cool thing here is as you are playing around, Photoshop knows what the colors are. So I know if we start going in, now the only blues that we've got going here are way back here in the water. So let's get back into our black and white. These are going to be the greens that are coming in from this absolutely gorgeous green water. So this is where, if I want to go black and white, I don't want, this is my opinion. I don't want the raw image, because this is 100% raw. I don't want to be the raw image representing the final image. That is not what I want. So I would jump in here and get these greens kicked up. I would play with the cyans. I would darken up these greens, trying to bring your eye into the water, directing your eye to come through the path, through the rocks with the water. So having the control, and this is the thing with Lightroom Classic Camera Raw, having the control that once you turn it black and white, and this is the downfall with this is the downfall with certain filters, that once you go to black and white, it forgets the color. It totally forgets. So let's get rid of that black and white filter, or layer. If we come up here and we want to go image mode and we want to go into grayscale, discard color information. So right now it's telling me you're getting rid of all the color information. Do you really want to do this? I mean, it's using the word discard. That's usually not a good thing. So to control the conversion, use image adjustments, black and white. So it's telling me, why don't you do it this way? Why are you using black and white? Why are you using grayscale? So let's cancel out of that. Let's not change that mode. We want that control. What is chat doing? You guys are going crazy. Oh, you're talking about cyans. Grayscale also doesn't give the true representation of the color values. I tested it yesterday. Though it looked good. Thought it looked good. Yeah, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't. Yeah, it's a good test. Trying to figure it out. So anyway, let's jump back into Lightroom Classic. So with this same image, let's actually close that image. Let's not save it. Back to Lightroom Classic. Let's jump over here. How I would start with a black and white image. And again, there's many different ways to do this. Hitting D for develop, getting over into our basics. Wow, you are not happy with my laptop right now. There you go. My Macs aren't talking nice. They're not playing nice. Okay, getting into the basics, you can see right here we have black and white. Now, I would never just take the saturation out, but I would switch it to black and white and then jumping into your different modes. So right off the bat, you can see it switched it to Adobe monochrome, but you can also switch it to the new adaptive monochrome. Could you see the difference? Now watch the image. Very, very different. Then you've got the adaptive, you've got your amount slider. So you can actually go in here and play with this slider. Okay, great. Big whoop. If we jump in to our black and whites profile, not preset, but profiles, you can kind of get an idea of your starting point. So if you wanted to go in with a green, black and white 7. Okay, again, you have your slider, so you can adjust to where you would like to start, and then you have full controls. Now, the big thing is once you go into black and white, that your color mixing ends up changing to black and white. So now it says black and white mixer. So again, it knows all these colors. So I can jump in here, use the dropper, and I know, okay, this is the aqua, not agua, aqua general. We've got our greens. We can darken or lighten these up. So getting a starting point for a true representation, I think, is a really good question in our Glow, because it's the same way that I feel when you are doing in a normal workflow. You take an image, you remove distractions, you try to get the colors right, you try to get everything to a basic starting point. Then once you get to that starting point, then you can be creative. Then you can let the artist kind of take over and start jumping in and making correct color choices or luminance choices to help make the image that you have in your head. So I think it's a good question. The issue that I have to me, it's not really an important one, because like I said, to start out, if all I want to do is to get to see this image in true black and white with the correct values, I can take the saturation down, and then I will have that image in my head and be able to see, okay, I want to brighten the water up. Okay, I need to figure out something to do with the trees. Do I want to make them darker to really get the white limestone to pop? Or do I, what direction do I want to go? So this is a good starting point. Don't leave it there. Don't leave it there. Double click where it says saturation, get it back to normal, and then go ahead and you can start your work. But I prefer to use black and white profiles. And the other thing is, you could actually create a black and white action that just does it automatically. Like if we want to say, okay, let's make a preset. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the saturation all the way out. We come over to our presets up above my head. we are going to create a preset. We are going to turn everything off. Turn everything off. I said turn off. There we go. And I'm going to come over here to saturate. And then I can name it. And we're going to call this Sat Base Black and White. So no, Sat remove black and white. User preset. Okay, we even have a support, the support amount slider. Yeah, sure, that's fine. Not that we need it. Create. There we go. There's our saturation. So at this point, let's go ahead and reset this image. G, I can go ahead and grab all of these images and we can hit D for develop, or we could do a batch, quick batch, but boom, we bring that in. I shall call it mini me. And here, I didn't have batch edit turned on. Lucas, I used to do my black and white workflow in a very similar way to you. I like shooting black and white in camera now and very minimal tweaks and editing. I guess trying to nail in camera, but it takes way more time, which I like. Lucas, do you shoot Fuji? Fuji has some of the best presets or the best processing around right now. The problem that I have with shooting in camera, okay, so with my camera, I don't have my camera here. With my camera, it has 2 cards, and so I can shoot 1 card in RAW. I shoot Sony and Fuji for digital, but I'm 75% a film photographer. Well, Lucas. That's a little different. That is making the decision at the store. Black and white. I'm gonna shoot black and white. I love it. I love it. Oh, that's great. Oh, that makes me laugh. There's I wish I still shot film. The issue is our developer, the studio that I was with here in Germany, our developer sucked. Just wasn't good. And the problem was my buddy that owned the studio, he was good friends with her. I'm like, we'd get prints back and it'd be like, they need new chemicals. What are they doing? This isn't acceptable. And they were like, well, just clean it up in Photoshop. I'm like, come on. So, yeah. Do you develop your own stuff, Lucas? Okay. Curious. What are we doing? Okay, wow. I am way over time. Everybody, I'm gonna be live in an hour with Jack. We seem to be made to suffer. It's our lot in life. Yeah. Inner Glow, I hope that helped you. Thank you for the questions. Everybody that jumped in, thank you for the new followers. Thanks for everybody that jumped in. Okay, Lucas says, right now I do develop all my own stuff, but I have a little partnership with a lab in Phoenix. Nice. That's cool. That is cool. I'm envious, jealous, and glad that I'm not doing that. It's yeah, too much. Okay. I'm gonna be live in an hour with Jack. I can't remember what we're gonna be doing, but we'll be on the Firefly Discord. So if you have time, jump over there and check it out. Then Adobe Live is going to be starting in 2 hours. And it's an in-studio day. So they are going to be in San Francisco. I think that's all the happy belated birthday to Mrs. Shawn. Thank you, Evie. Our Slovenia trip was was for both of our birthdays. So very nice. Thank you for the stream and the info. No, thank you for being here, Innerglow. Thank you for the questions. To anybody that was new here, I appreciate the tangents. I appreciate chatting. I appreciate getting to know all of you. For all of you that I already know, yeah, I already know you. Alessandra, I didn't see you sneak in. Good to see you. Okay, everybody. Happy belated birthday. No, it's not my birthday yet, Innerglow. Our trip kind of fell between Mrs. Shawn's and my birthday. General says I was new here. Help, Alessandra, you've been lurking. Hold on, this is for Alessandra. Let me see. Wait for it. I'm really trying to end the stream. There you go, that's for you. Okay. Who are you again? Thank you everybody for being here. Today was a lot of fun. I'm gonna continue trying to get some of these knocked out. Yeah, so I will be back Tuesday. It's normal time. And everybody, I hope you have a great rest of your day. Stay safe, stay creative, and just be nice. I will see you all in chat either in an hour or probably 2 hours. Take care, everybody. See you around. Bye.